What's up, guys? Welcome back. This is episode 5 of Modded Minecraft Lite. Pretty excited. I think this episode we are going to be focusing on finishing up this house, get the next level up on our tree house, and then who knows where we'll go from there. This farm is pretty looks like it's all full grown for the most part, but I think I'm okay with these mushrooms as far as food right now, and I did kind of want to expand that farm at some point, so maybe I'll just hold off on that for now. And where were we? I think we were going to start building these stairs, deciding if we wanted to do coconut logs or those gray dead planks. I think I'm going to stick with these coconut logs. I like the color of them a little better. I think that's fine down there. Maybe I'll switch it out eventually. But this is okay for now. I think maybe start with stairs. And then just try to use slabs the rest of the way. That was the wrong thing. That's okay. Looks like it's already turning night on us. I'll go over and sleep real quick. It was downstairs still. So a couple things I noticed in the last recording that I'm hoping I fix is I noticed there was like some weird haptic input happening when I would break blocks. So I've fiddled around a bit and figured out how to get that turned off. So I think it should be good. Tested it, but yeah, every time I would break a block, it would do a little vibration on my phone, and I think the microphone was picking it up a bit. But seems to be fixed. Maybe this should be a little platform. We just do slabs kind of around this corner, and then we'll do another set of stairs on the other side. I like the sound of that. Now, do I want to make it 3 wide or just, yeah, probably should. I'll just do a couple slabs there. I could totally see myself tumbling over this edge. Alright. I want to check, see how far I kind of want this platform to be. I want to go up a couple more blocks. I know I kind of want to. Just going to keep it kind of in between these trees, do like another bridge. I think, see, I already almost did it. I think I want to go up another block. Or maybe another slab even would be okay. Or just build out the platform here and then make it wide enough so I can put a couple support logs kind of over across the edges there. I like the sound of that. We'll go back to these just until we get that main platform. And I gotta remember probably put another edge on this one, so maybe we go like that. And then I can take these and what's that? I think I'm just off the edge there. No, I got a couple blocks off. Okay. We'll keep it going. To go down and make more slabs, these Umbran wood slabs. Which I still think looks really good. I think you hid one right there. And maybe I put another staircase up that way. Do another platform on the other side of that tree. Like, you have a whole bunch of different platforms here. Kind of would like to kind of stagger this out a little bit. Ooh, hello. Kind of scared me a little bit. Is there another ironberry down there? Nice. I'll have to pick that up. I found one over there. I added it over there because I thought I only had one. I think we'll be able to get those cooking. And I also realized, I think I mentioned that the berries can't be cooked in a blast furnace or something. They totally can. I was thinking about it's like furnaces add-on that that kind of, it's like the iron chests. It makes like iron furnaces and diamond furnaces and what have you. I'm just doing this just to see. Yeah, I do kind of like that. So, I kind of want, I don't want to end up being right on top of this layer, you know? So if I can just kind of make it a little better. Already out? Dang. I guess falling wouldn't be a problem with this jetpack here. Fine by me. Yeah, that feels okay. A staircase. Maybe have it kind of bowing in the middle here. Just do a little extension this way. Kind of leading up to the next area. The next set of stairs I want to make. See, this feels really close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a little closer than on that side, but where that side was to the ground. But this will be okay. Oh, another thing I noticed. You could barely hear what I was saying when I was eating. So I went ahead and turned that volume down. I think it's a little better. But we'll see. All trial and error at this point. Now, I think we're going to connect it to this side of the tree here. So I want to start heading that way. But I don't want to go too far that way. Maybe I go another. Let's see where we're at. It's half blocks of this top. That would be a top. Because I want to be able to place blocks kind of along the edge without having them float. So we'll leave it at this level. Narrow out into kind of a another staircase. Perfect. Kind of a long, narrow area. Not sure what I'm going to put here. Maybe I should expand it this way a little bit just so I can get more use out of it. I think I said I wanted to put kind of like my main bed, living quarters up here, just kind of decorate whatever. So got the kitchen down there. Our smeltery is going to be kind of this platform. And then, I don't know, maybe I just cap it off here for now. This is kind of where I said I wanted to go. Kind of with this little house. But you can always, wrap it around, get to the top. I think for now this is great. I do want to go up this way eventually too. But I'd like to set some goals for the series. Kind of discuss that a little bit. I know I've been using these vanilla tools, just the pickaxes and axes, whatever, shovels. And I mentioned early on, like that first episode, that I really wanted to get more into the Tinker's Construct add-ons. Those kind of add new ways to make tools, I guess you could say. Kind of adds certain limitations as far as like your progression. I was messing around on a different world and I noticed that the stone pickaxes in Tinker's are unable to mine iron. I don't know if that's by design or what, but I think I remember I was able to get copper, and I think that was able to mine iron again. So just kind of mixes up the progression system as far as how you get your ores and stuff. I know I checked this out, and I think this has something to do with armor. So maybe I can make a bunch of clocks eventually and check out what that armor does. Maybe it gives you night vision. Yeah, these coconut blocks are weird. They don't like to be placed on. I have to work around that. But for now, this is okay. Just light up this place a little bit. Eventually we'll kind of fancy it up, make it nice, I wanted to get some lanterns, maybe some glowstone in here. I think it would be cool. So now I'm going to start kind of furnishing it a little bit. Make some chests. I wanted to do some barrels as well. And some slabs. Maybe I do these spruce wood for the barrels, because it seems like those dead logs are kind of limited. Not sure that I get. Hey, that's mine. That's mine. I'm sorry, you can have it. I'm not sure that those deadlocks can like drop saplings or whatever. Yeah. Let's see. What am I looking for? Freaking slabs here. Like I don't already know the recipes. Relying too heavily. That's what I was saying. I'll sit here and I'll just, you know, get lost in what I'm looking at here. You can always search it, but I do know the recipe. It was probably more slabs than I needed, but we'll go like this. Was it like that? Yeah, I'll just make more wood. Yeah, I am not entirely used to using it like this. That's too funny. All right, bam, like that. Ooh, try again. 1, 2, 3. Bam, like that. And then get a couple more of these. Okay. Let me make a pit stop out to these chests over here for now. Getting a little cluttered. Here. I can get rid of these. Okay with those for now. I just want to focus on moving in to this platform up here. Like I know I'm going to take trusty blast furnace, throw this up there in that forge area. Bring that up there with us. Maybe I'll leave all this stuff down here near the farm, but all my valuables and stuff I can bring those back. Maybe I don't even need guardrails on this house. I mean, eventually I could, but this jetpack, it works. No, I'm not going to have it on all the time, but it is useful to, you know, get up to the next level without having to really think about it. Alright, I put too much wood away. Sorry. Oops. I'll take some of this redwood. Plenty of that around. Actually, maybe there's not. Maybe I shouldn't use that. Oh. Did I get saplings? I got 1 sapling. That's fine. I'll just use these. I got more spruce wood. That's fine. Start here. All these barrels, and I'm gonna throw maybe some chests in here. Maybe I'll put these over at the other area. But I did say I kind of wanted to do like a barrel storehouse here. I don't want it to be too cramped and crowded, so we do like that. And I also don't really want to I don't want to put too many here so I can't tell what's what. I think this might be okay. You know, I can kind of access everything just standing in the doorway. Maybe I do put a couple more of these up top. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. That seems like plenty for now. So Do we do signs? Do we label everything with signs? Does that seem like a good idea, like a time saver? Or am I going to remember? I have to decide first. Say probably these two chests for blocks. We'll do food stuff like in these bottom barrels. Miscellaneous up top, and then we'll keep all of our valuables, ores, stuff over here. We can also keep our extra tools, extra weapons, stuff like that over here. Maybe we put more up top. No. If I put fences here and then put blocks along the edge, it's kind of going to put like a backdrop. Like it's going to connect the blocks to the fences, and I don't necessarily want that at this time. So I'm just going to throw everything down right now. Where do we want our kind of parts chest? Why'd you go that way? That was weird. Guess it doesn't really matter, except for my OCD. It's got to be the right way. Which isn't that way. Weird. If I go this way, is it gonna... What the heck? Bizarre. Bizarre. Okay. Stick that in that corner. Maybe... There's not a lot of real estate up here now that I'm kind of trying to fit stuff in. It's doing it again. I wonder if... I'll have to reset in between next episode and see if that fixes it, because that's weird. Never seen that. Let's get some patterns. I'll kind of walk you through some of these, because I know I'm going to need some to make the rest of the crafting tables for up here. We got storage drawers in here as well. I like using those for kind of my bulk items that I have a freaking ton of. This is a parts chest. Sure. Make one of those. Maybe we can throw this chest on the other side. Ooh. It's acting weird, guys. It's acting weird. You know, I was thinking again last night about that hardcore series. I think it just not work. Doesn't function properly. That's cool. Whatever. Yeah. More and more I'm thinking maybe we put a pause on this. I hate saying that because, like, it happens with every Minecraft world. I sit down, I want to play a lot of it, really dedicate myself to it, and then either glitches out, I lose my world, you know, or what have you. But I think if I just stuck with the vanilla, didn't mess with any kind of add-ons or whatever, because I did kind of want to do like an achievement series, like try to finish out my achievements on here. I don't think I would be able to reset unless I make a new account, which I don't want to do. But anyway, we'll hash that out in the next series. We'll get there. For now, I want to show you guys this because I think this is really cool. Now, do I have... I don't think I do. So maybe we got to go mine some cobblestone real quick. Got diamonds before I got a really solid supply of cobblestone. I think that's pretty funny. Time is flying. Looks like it's already turning night again. Yeah. blocks. I like throwing chests and stuff into tools. Tools. Maybe I want that. I gotta get organized. I'm looking at all this stuff and I'm just kind of getting overwhelmed. So let's narrow the focus down. We want the blank patterns. Good on those. Building blocks. Okay. Let's throw that in the hotbar. Good on food for now. Plenty of mushrooms around. And we're going to sleep. And then we're going to go get some cobblestone. Okay. Where do I want to go for cobblestone? I want to start digging here. Is there a exposed spot kind of easy to access? And just get a little bit. Probably not. I'll connect it eventually, but maybe we just go over this way. I think I saw some stone. Over by these maple trees. Yeah. Perfect. Some stone here. And then we'll get our first set of Tinker's tools made. Get me right in there. Tuck me right in. Now, actually, I don't have what I need to make it. But I could set... I do want to set it. There's a guidebook. I'm not sure if I still have it. There's a guidebook that you can change the settings so you kind of makes it so you're able to break stone a lot faster. And I'm a fan. Especially, you know, I'm trying to get stuff done here. So I'm going to fly back over as slow as possible and get that thing, get that book. And by the time I get back over and have the setting changed, ooh, maybe I left it in the chest back where spawn was. That's okay. I think it's pretty easy to make. I think it's just glass, 2 torches and 2 pieces of paper. Which, didn't I plant? Yeah, perfect. We can make that. Okay. I knew it wasn't that hard. Wasn't sure if it needed glass or not. Oh, that was the thing. Okay. Can I do it in my inventory? No. No, I cannot. I'll come here. Make that paper. And an essentials guidebook. Maybe we'll go back eventually and get those books I left back there. Be a fun little adventure, but you can go here and change the settings. Go to the stone breaker, and you can choose what types of stone you want it to break. Like I usually go andesite, deep slate, diorite, granite, or stone. Is that it? Yeah, that'll be good for now. Maybe tough as well. But then you can go here and kind of resize it. So right now it'll take a chunk out of a 3x3 cube. Or you can make it so, you know, it's just a 3x3x1. Get a little more controlled, you know, control over that. But then also I like to do invert shift, because usually when you have your pickaxe it'll just do it automatically, but if you, right now if you hold shift, that's the only time it'll do it. figured out that setting existed, and I was happy because I hated having to go back and, always change it whenever I wasn't going to use it. And if I was going to mine normally, I didn't want to have to crouch. That was another big thing. So now I can just mine normally if I want, just walk around. But if I want to do the special chunking, I can do that as well. So now, just like we were, we can mine normally. But now, if I go like this, bam, easy peasy. And this will not break ores, which is very nice. Makes it so you can kind of save everything for, once you get like a fortune pick or whatever you like doing. And it does use durability, so you can burn through a pickaxe really quick. You see, we already used quite a bit of that pickaxe that I think I had hardly touched. So that was the opposite with the ore breaker. That's not what we want. So if you ever want to destroy one ore, I guess you just got to crouch for it. Cool. That should be plenty. We'll come back here maybe if we need more. Oh, that'll get us a good start. Let's get a good view of our house. Let's see where we're at. I like the multi-tiers, and I think every layer we add is going to look even better. Actually, I know that. I don't gotta think nothing. It's looking pretty cool already. That's another thing, like, we've already made such great progress. I don't usually go so hard in my base building, but for a special occasion, I figured I might as well. Okay, what do we need? Stencils. We need a set of stencils. Let me just go ahead and throw... I don't want to get rid of my diamond pickaxe yet. Throw that in there. And let me get some stencils in my inventory. Check this out. Leave some stone in there too for future. So we're going to want an axe, a pickaxe, a shovel/hoe, and some repair kits. Well, this is only going to be stone. We're only going to need, maybe 1 or 2 extra repair kits. I'll explain how that works. We're going to need a rod for each of them, and we are also going to need some string to kind of bind it all together. So I'm missing some materials. I want to get some wood. Each type of material makes kind of adds different properties to the tool. So like early on, stone, it's like not great. It has a summoner on it, which if you're breaking a block, it has a chance to spawn a silverfish, which can get very interesting when you're doing that stone breaker thing, because each block has a chance to spawn one of those. I was stoning one time and I couldn't, I was stoning. I was mining one time and I couldn't figure out where they were all coming from. Like, I was literally hounded by so many. I could not figure it out. Alright, so we went and picked up some wood. Make some of those into planks. So now we should be able to make, a wooden tool handle. So like these have cultivation on it. So I think it makes it so you might have a chance to get more crops or berries. Maybe it'll help us with that berry thing that we got going on downstairs, those berry bushes. And these are the repair kits. Probably just do 3 of those. Unfortunately, they don't stack, which is not the best, but I guess it makes sense it would kind of be broken if you could have just your tools, and you know, normally you'd have to have extra pickaxes, extra axes, or whatever you're using. This is kind of the same thing. It takes up a whole slot, a tool slot. But we could also throw them, you know, into our backpack if we wanted to. And another thing I guess I'll show off for tinkers, you probably have been looking at it if you're checking out the inventory stuff. It's a little hard to come by with this advanced food add-on that changes seeds, but yeah, there we go. We were after some of this, the plant fiber. If you take this, you can craft it into string. It's kind of one of the newer ways to, like Tinker's added, to get string, which helps. I mean, especially in a hardcore world where sheep can be hard to come by and you got to make some wool for a bed real quick. It definitely helps. We might have some plant fibers in here already. We'll throw some stuff in here. I don't need these really. Don't need all that stone. Take those plant fibers. I'll make some string. There's more than enough than we need. It's a tool handle on a stick. Ooh. You got me. Back up here. Need 2 more tool handles. Made those. Need 2. That's enough bindings. We only need 3. And now we make our tool heads. So our stone, our pickaxe, our axe, our pickaxe, and our shovel. So the shovel kind of acts as a shovel and a hoe, tied into one. So got all your pieces, all your components. Now you take it over to the tinker station, and we can make ourselves all of our new tools. Right, not bad, right? So let's head down this way. Ooh. Hello, friend. I'm gonna fly away from you because you're not invited. Maybe I should light up my house a little bit. Don't you think? Probably not the worst idea. I do gotta remember he is still out there. I'd gotten to a point where I'd just gotten backpacks. I just loaded them up and I was back in my base. Kind of how I am now, just out in the open, all willy-nilly. And I just was not paying attention. Creeper came up, destroyed my brand new backpacks. I was so sad. So sad. Come on, do your worst. I always do that. I should have just let them blow up in the water. I'll come back and fix this later. See? We're getting a little froggy now. Because not running to the bed as soon as it gets a little dark out anymore. Oof. Yeah, not the fastest jetpack in the world. That's okay. We got new tools. Let's test it out. Usually these drop like 3 or 4 when they're fully grown like that. Does this make a difference? 4. I mean, sample size was a little small. Maybe we go over here, check out what we got. So I'm gonna let these go for a minute. They gotta get harvested. And I can probably throw some. Yeah, it doesn't really seem to be making too much of a difference. I guess time will tell. I can throw some of these berries into that blast furnace. We got over a stack of diamond berries already. Not so many emerald berries, but that's okay. I'll get these all thrown in. Why not? Not too many iron berries either. But that's okay. Ton of XP berries. We'll keep that in mind for when we're ready. Overshot it. Too high. So, blast furnace. Dang. We gotta go mining soon, guys. I can't keep living like this. I need some charcoal or some coal or something. And I think that might be what we're gonna do. Get everything cleaned up, tidied up. And I think next episode we're gonna go looking for a cave. Maybe a pirate compass will lead us somewhere cool. Maybe we cross the ocean. I don't know. Keep some stone on me. I found a little bit of coal, but I think I turned it all into torches. Remember that. Is there anything in my backpack? No? Nice. Okay. We're good there. Maybe pick up a few mushrooms. These are the ones can turn into reds. No, they're not. Which ones were those? These ones can be turned into brown, right? These ones, not those ones. These are like, those are just straight up brown mushrooms. These are the ones, these little clusters. Nope, almost tricked me again. Okay. A couple of those goes a long way. Perfect. Get one more brown just to appease me, just to make myself happy. Come on. There's that. We'll re-up on our mushroom stew. And I can probably get rid of those. Don't really need this. And I don't really need that either. Yeah, see, take 9 of those, it makes 1 diamond. Not bad, right? Seems kind of fair because you know you can't really get more seeds so easily. And if you find 10 diamond seeds, you'll be set. But I only found 5. So you know. Now, did I stick my... Yeah, I'll take that with me. There is durability on that. Wasn't sure if there was. Okay. Let's do it. We'll probably end up using most of our repair kits for a pickaxe anyway. I am really curious about what's just across the water from us that we can't see. Could get a little kelp farm going. there's plenty of that. Fill up on kelp and get a little automated smelter thing to make it dried kelp or whatever. I don't know how to do it. Did it once a while ago. Sorry. And it was cool. It was really nice. It was useful. I liked using it for fuel, just kind of gathering fuel while I was at home doing other things. Instead of having to do what I'm doing now and, mine it. Go find all coal. Well, there is a ton of this kelp. Kind of crazy. Never seen so much. It's all growing like right to the surface too. Oh, land ho. Maybe we collect some more. Oh, what do we got here? Look at that. That's a little flower biome. Plus a fruit tree biome over there. This biome's cool. It's like it's got giant flowers, lots of grass. All these blocks are like stems and petal blocks. I think it's pretty neat. Alright, let's explore. Get an aerial view. It's kind of like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids in here. What do we got? Little tiny flower biome. That's okay. Over here is pretty cool. These are these rainbow trees? Oh, no way. That's totally, I thought it was something completely different. These are rainbow trees. Neat. That's some cool terrain generation. Looks like a shamrock. What is this? I thought everything was going to pop in, spawn in. Oh, we got some coral. A little mesa, arid, savanna, prairie, whatever. That's cool looking. Wow, this is a pretty big rainbow biome. Goes all the way over here. Nice. Once we kind of get into, once we get more established and get more supplies, I think I'll be able to craft some waystones and can use those kind of as we're exploring, and if we find a cool biome like this, set one up and be able to teleport back to it and back and forth from our base and stuff. However we please. So these are cool. This is I'm probably not gonna build with it, but it's rainbow wood. It makes rainbow planks. It's groovy, don't you know? Nice. Is this a cave that we were looking for? Oh, we're almost out of torches. If you can give me some coal, I would be happy. got here? Is that grass all the way down? Interesting. Quite a drop. Get me out of here. Oh, I guess we're going down. All right. I'm convinced. Look at that. Just what I was looking for. Oh no. Why it's so slow? Oh no. Where'd it go? Uh-oh, guys. um, well, dang. That seems to be not right. Was I using the wrong thing? Okay, I'll do stone. Will it get this tin? It will, but it's so slow. Alright. And you know, I'd hate to admit it. I'd hate to be the one to tell myself I told you so. But this is getting rather complicated, fellas, ladies and gents. What is that? How come I can mine that? I can mine uranium, no problem. But coal is not allowed, apparently. So yeah, I think I'm just... Hate to be the one to say it. I told myself this might not work out. But I did give it a shot. I think I did too much. I did the most. I did too much, guys. Put too many add-ons, and I think I spoiled it for myself a little bit. Cause like I really wanted it to work out. But there are certain things where it feels maybe a little unbalanced, maybe a little, I don't know, just off, like having diamonds already, being able to grow them. I get that that's part of it, but I don't know. I want to feel that progression. I want to feel earned, instead of finding everything. And I think this little test series was a good way to do that, to kind of dip my toes in. So I will admit, there were a couple of hiccups. I'm still, not figuring everything out. Like how this whole time I've been recording and my little taskbar up at the top right's been open this whole time, which I didn't want it to be. Try to close that, before the episode starts at least. But I don't know. Did I go the wrong way? I may have. Oh man, it got dark and I got totally disoriented. Remember, we came up. I saw the flower biome. Off to the left. So I think this is it. I mean, worst comes to worst, I head back to 0-0 and try to hope I recognize some stuff. We didn't get too far from spawn. So yeah, maybe I put this series on the back burner for now. I did kind of just want to, dip my feet in, kind of see what add-ons I would be really most interested in playing in a survival modded series. Like Tinkers is one. The Biomes of Plenty is pretty. I like it. It's cool. But all the different block types I think is a little overwhelming. So, are those our two palm trees? I think they are. Maybe we pause and we'll try out what you call it, hardcore series, because I've been really thinking about that a lot the past couple days. And like I would also really like to just remove some add-ons, but every time I've tried to do that in a world, it just implodes it. It makes it not like work anymore. Even if I haven't, touched the add-on or anything. So, like I was saying, progression was weird. I'm going to have to do some research on this stone pick and see where we're supposed to go from here. But I think I'm going to throw this on a back burner. Maybe take a break, do some more research. We'll come back to it. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe it'll be like a season 2 or just a tighter list of add-ons that's not going to, make everything crazy. I do want to do it a hardcore, so I think the next episode after this is going to be my episode 1 of my hardcore series. So tune in for that. I'm excited for it. I hope you're excited for it. Yeah, I'm just kind of trying out different things. Who cares? If you want to watch it, watch it. If you like this series and want me to continue it, let me know. Like, comment, and subscribe. Just kidding, you don't have to. But is what it is. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Bye.